Hey, welcome back, everybody. Yeah, I know this sounds weird the way that I'm doing this, but that's just the way it's going to be. I know we had episode one, describe some things, and then you could hear the phones ringing, and some people will say, "Oh, that's just happened." It's not the way it goes. Since being with Julie over the past 2 years, since COVID, and getting back to Ohio from Florida, there's been certain characters involved in all of this, and with that, it didn't become clear until after the accident what was actually going on. Some people are going to see this and they'll understand because they've probably gone through it. But I don't know how many would actually be able to say that. And the other side is none of you will get it. None of you. And that'll suck, but it might just be an interesting story for you. Because I know for a fact that someone with epilepsy, they have a pineal gland release of DMT. And whether you're in this reality or that reality, it doesn't matter. That happens. She had been down at the base, at a certain military base for some time, working the very first year that we had gotten together. So I ended up spending time at that base as well. Now, I think some things were going on during this time frame. Basically, something magical, something beyond the controls that I can relate to or relay. I know that when Space Force came out, I made a video in a friend's driveway, in a person's driveway, and I said, if Space Force is real, sign me up, I'm ready. And then all of these weird things have taken place. This person gets smashed in a minivan. I mean, just smashed in a minivan. Walks away. The ambulance didn't come. The sheriff's left her on the side of the highway. Phenomenal. And then proceeded to tow the vehicle so far away from the actual crash site. I have my doubts. I have my doubts. I just do, and I can't prove any of it, because that's some part of the system that you just don't have access to. Now, at the same time, this person had died in a hotel room with me when we first got together. And I had actually saw the accident, or me laying in an accident, and then was pulled out of it by her. So there's several things like this. And no tickets, no issues with the police whatsoever. And that's strange. And for me, no different than this accident that happened outside of Pennsylvania. Shut the highway down for 4 hours, and yet I got a helicopter ride out of there and never talked to an officer once. Never once. I know I got splattered in front of that semi. I got splattered by a semi. And then reboot right next to the semi. Splattered into the trailer. Reboot right back on the side of the highway. Now, there is the crossover that started to get me to understand what was happening was the story between my wife, the people in the next few days or the days after getting released from the hospital, and the way they reacted when seeing me crying, like they had watched this whole thing unfold on television, as if they were watching some movie. No different when I got to the hotel, and the guy come running up with a Domino's pizza box with Stranger Things on the side, opened it up, presented it to me, and said, "This is for you." That's strange. That's very strange. Now, we'll get to that part later. Right now, I want to focus on this whole buildup for 2 years. 2 years. Now, if this is not some type of program of varying calibers or varying degrees, wrong words, it's some type of program. This simulation that we're in, or the actual, to be able to feel this stuff and understand it, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. But then it once you start to get this, you need to. I'm a logical person, a logical brain, I think. And I'm rationalizing all of this. And there are people that know. You're just skin suits. A lot of you are just skin suits. Deal with it. I've got to deal with this. You're going to have to deal with that. Some of us are different. It was made very clear to me that I'm not normal. And I don't know what to take from that other than I've known for a long time I'm different. And now it's just like, now I'm starting to get the hang of, or get the idea of how different. Knowing I just blinked, died, bright light, bright light, bright light. And the only time I've ever seen it before was when I was like 8 and died at the swimming pool. And putting that together at 40 years later is a little mind-boggling. Putting together that you definitely died, were splattered on a highway, and there's video of it. Knowing that you talked to your son the last time, and knowing that was the last time you were going to talk to him on the phone. Knowing that it was the last time you were going to talk to your brother on the phone. Knowing that the things that were taking place inside the hospital were actually happening, and you didn't have any real control over it, but I still let it take place. I still played along, because I wanted to learn. I needed to learn what was going on. And even after that, coming out of that hospital full of fire, whatever Jesus juice or jungle juice or Super Soldier Serum, whatever it was that they had me on, whoo-wee, fire. And it lasted almost exactly 90 days. Now, everything else is still going on. Seeing the colors, understanding things, but the thoughts have slowed down enough to where I can start to rationalize them a little bit more. And I'll tell you, whatever they stuck in there, that is a thing. And it bothers me, but there's nothing I can do about it. And that is more annoying. Even more annoying than the people that get aggravated and come at you. They keep trying to test you. But as long as you don't break, there's nothing they can do. I mean, kill me again. You can do that. I suppose. You can be real two-faced about it. Yeah. Subtle things. The things that most people probably wouldn't notice. Hell, most of the time I never noticed. But since the accident, now I notice. And it is something that is aggravating, frustrating, exciting, and more importantly, you can't let it get to you, but it still gets to you. It still gets to you. Like, I truly thought that I enjoyed the company of family and friends, and now I'm just to the point where they're liars. They're in their skin suits and they're liars. The rich kids that have the money, that have the generational wealth to buy their way through these things. That's very aggravating. I'm not even sure if I'm right 100%, but I'm also not willing to be wrong. And there's that ego thing. They want you to lose your ego. It's insane. How do you lose your ego and still survive? That doesn't make sense to me. And then to have the weaker people want you to be weak with them. I just don't get that. Now, I've been kind. I've been understanding. Until the accident, all of those things were very strong. But then after the accident and the pharmaceutical shit that they used, I think that just sent me in reverse. It just did a reverse. It didn't do the thing I was actually in. And it becomes down to forgiving the people that you thought were closest to you because of a dollar bill. And that's more frustrating than anything, knowing that damn dollar bill is the only thing that people care about. The only thing. Not epilepsy, not health. Dollar bills. Dollar bills, y'all. Very, very aggravating, frustrating. This is going to be a screwy episode. I'm doing this late at night, and I'm still going to post it because I've come down to where I've got like 7 days. I figure I got 7 days. And this isn't oh my God, he's got 7 days to go do something stupid. No, just 7 days before I figure out the next step. What the truth is going to be. Who's going to step up and actually tell me the truth? Because I can tell you right now, you're just little pawns. You're programmed, you're skin suited, and every now and again, some of you got the ball sack, you'll show up in front of me. Maybe you won't cry next time. Isn't that right? Whatever it is, don't let them see you cry. Yep. But it's hard to do when you know you were involved in that man's death. It's just the way it is, right? We'll see. I can go either way. Especially if those fellers over there in India that are posting my videos up, making that big money off of it, or Amazon holding up my get the little product placements. Yeah. Yeah, you just keep your eyes open. You'll see what you're supposed to see when you're supposed to see it. Well, I've been seeing a lot of shit. I'm not real impressed with it. So let's swing things around. 7 days. I bet we can do it. Or every day, just pumping out these videos and see if I can get them all posted. Until tomorrow, safe travels, everybody. Peace.